So, today we're finished with this. We are moving on to literacy. So, pull out your journals. Literacy journals. We're doing literacy.
Hi.
You'll need your literacy journals.
No, she's videotaping us. She's recording? Yeah, she's recording. Why? I don't know. I don't like sharing. This is creepy. She's recording us.
Everybody do their best.
He's a really good teacher.
Sincerity.
I'm scared.
Don't worry. Okay.
Why is there a camera? Don't worry about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you need to have your literacy journals out.
Why is there a camera videotaping us?
Because it's for me, it's not for you. It's to evaluate how I teach. So don't pay attention to it, it's fine. Good afternoon. We're starting up another government lesson here.
Awesome.
Who remembers what we were talking about yesterday?
The mandatory and the voluntary. Voluntary, yeah.
Mandatory and voluntary what, Tyler? Responsibilities. Duties, right?
So what we're supposed to do, what we need to do.
Yeah. What we need to do, what we have a choice to do. Reference something to add?
Yeah.
Alex, on that?
Oh, yeah. Voluntary, like, isn't really stuff that you, like, have to do, but it's still stuff that you still do.
It's something that you have the ability to do, but don't have to. Something that you can choose to do or not to do. What were our two voluntary duties? Zach, give me one.
Volunteering.
Volunteering. What was the other one? Hannah.
Voting.
Voting. Exactly. Can anybody give me a couple of the mandatory ones? Campbell. Following the law. That's a biggie. I'd say that that's probably one of the biggest mandatory duties. Caitlin, give me another. Jury duty. Because that's something that you need to do. Alright, give me another one.
Register for the draft.
Register for the draft because the country needs soldiers. Isaiah, give me another.
I just have a question. Are we gonna finish our posters? Or
The posters are finished.
oh, okay. Then do we do these?
Go ahead and put those up. Go have a seat, Charlie. Aspen, serve as witness. What does it mean to serve as witness? We talked about it briefly. Alex?
It means like pretty much if you see something, go and tell the court.
If you see something illegal, you should go tell the court, right?
Yeah, just like one time my grandma, she saw somebody like shoot their no, it's a story about my grandma saw a little boy fly out the door, and then he was just laying there unconscious, and the mom, I think, drew off.
So that's good. Okay, so those are a few of them. But taxes is the other one that we were going to say. Now, these, why are our responsibilities important? What would happen if we didn't do our civic responsibilities? Isaiah?
Because if no one had any responsibilities, then they would be disrespecting the law.
What would happen to our country?
It'd be fun.
It'd be falling apart. So, those are what we need to do for our country. Today, we are going to talk about what our country does for us. So by the end of this lesson, we will explain why the Bill of Rights was created, that the Bill of Rights are the first 10 amendments of the Constitution, and how the Bill of Rights protects the rights of American citizens as we. To begin, what are some rights which people in other countries don't have? Talk within your groups, write down some ideas, jot them down in your journals, and then I'm going to take volunteers to share out.
Some countries don't give people rights.
What are some other things that other rights that countries But what's the problem with following the laws versus yours?
Then I could beat her with that.
She could be
What are some rights? What are some rights in other countries that we have here that they don't? So leaving the country. What else? Okay, so that's different. But what are some of the rights though? Freedoms. What are freedoms that we have that maybe some other countries don't? That's not allowed. Alright, yeah, don't. You need your brains to. How are we doing? Some rights.
You can hear the ocean and you put the
What are the rights that we have?
Please put it down.
Right. Freedoms do they not have?
It looks like
Look the way people dress. There are some people who haven't done it yet. Haven't seen what you need to do. Mostly.
What'd you put?
Wow.
Lost, guys.
What do we got? Nothing. But what are some of the things that we are allowed to do that can raise live and
Whatever you want. No, because
I'll do it now, sure.
Right five. Who's got some of these to share? How about Efren? What you got?
Have the right to vote and the freedom of speech.
The right to vote is a big one that we have. So other countries, some other countries don't have the right to vote, right? So the right to vote.
Before we got blood. And then we have freedom of speech.
Hang on. Get ahead. Billy. So sometimes you have to do just what the government tells you to do,
yeah, like,
instead of choosing for yourself.
like if we're gonna get bombed or something, not saying that we will. If they say to get out of your station.
Okay, so, but does our government tell us what to do all the time?
No, they
No.
give us freedom.
So, freedom of choice. Who else? Sean. Some of them aren't allowed to leave the country. We are allowed to. So, the right to leave. Yeah. Freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Because some countries, other governments, they'll censor. They'll censor what you say.
Like some people in Afghanistan, they just get ordered and they have to figure it out.
There are other countries that have less freedoms, less rights than we do. Zach,
We have electricity.
we have electricity, some others don't. But that is electricity a right though? Is that something that we're born with?
Yeah.
We're talking about human rights.
Well, we have we have armed forces.
But is that a right?
Yeah, because a lot of places don't have armed forces.
Like we have the right to join it, and then other people like don't. There's like but that's freedom of choice.
So today, we are going to be looking at the Bill of Rights. What is the Bill of Rights? Said it a few minutes ago. Zach?
Bill.
Yeah. So what is the Bill of Rights? What is that paper? It's a special paper.
Like, oh, I know what's called. The Bill of Rights.
Excuse me. Charlie, I need your attention. I need everyone's attention up here. Constitution. Yes. So it's part of the Constitution. Aspen, what part of the Constitution is it?
It's the first 10 amendments.
It's the first 10 amendments. What's an amendment? Efren.
Like something you have to do?
Something you have to do. Well, yeah, it's something you have to do. But Mark, can you elaborate?
It's kind of like, what? Well, I'm not sure how to explain it, but like the Fourth Amendment, it's like a cop can't search your place without like a good right. So basically, it's like what we can do and say and everything.
Those are included in the amendments. But what does it mean to make amends to something? Yeah? To change. An amendment means a change. That's why I've said over the past week, that the Constitution is a living document. It's ever changing, ever growing. Aspen. Exactly. Those are later amendments. But our first 10 amendments are what they are called the Bill of Rights. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm handing out a graphic organizer. Your pocket constitutions are up on that front table, so I will call you by table to go and grab those each. And Megan, question? We're going to be doing a quick overview of the amendments first, and then I want you to actually close read this document, because the Constitution is really hard to understand. And sometimes you need to take a really hard look at it to find out what it means. So, Table 5, would you go up and grab your constitutions off the table? Just grab your number. So find your number, grab it, take it back to your seat. Table 4, please go grab your pocket constitutions and return to your seats. Does everybody have a graphic organizer? Yeah. Good. Excellent. Table 5. Go grab your pocket constitutions and return to your seat. Oh, then Table 2. Table 1, go ahead and grab yours. And Table 3, go grab yours.
Don't touch me.
Right, 5. So, on your desk, you should have a graphic organizer. It's fancy. It's got boxes. It says First Amendment. I need you to go through each one of these amendments as you are close reading. You will have it. You need to open to page 22 to find, no, 21, 22, 22 to find the Bill of Rights. So very briefly, going to overview each amendment. Amendment 1 has to do with the freedom of speech. Okay? Page 22.
I don't see, I have 22. Okay, yeah.
And then there's more.
Okay, so Amendment 1 has to do with the freedom of speech. I would probably write that down in your Amendment 1 box. It has to do with the freedom of speech. You're going to go more specifically into these when you start your close reading, because you will be close reading the Bill of Rights. Amendment 2. That has to do with the military. Amendment 3. Amendment 2 has to do with the military.
What was one? Freedom.
Of speech. Amendment 3 has to do with houses and soldiers. Now these are just broad overviews. You will tell me specifically what they're about after the close reading. The third one has to do with soldiers and housing. Amendment 4 has to do with the law, with police matters, the law. Amendment 4 has to do with the law, police.
Wait, so number 3 is
3 is houses and soldiers. 4 is the police and the law. Laws and police. And that's fine. Amendment 5 has to do with court. Court. Amendment 5 has to do with court. Yes. Amendment 5 has to do with court. C-O-U-R-T. Amendment 6 also has to do with court. More specifically, it has to do with trials. Being on trial. Court. Being on trial. So I have one question. 6 has to do with the court. I'm saying the court and trials. Being on trial. Amendment 7 has to do with court. But the court and money.
7 is court and money?
Courts and money, yes.
What's in my head?
These are just guiding hints to help you along your way. You will be in partners for close reading because, well, I'll explain after I'm done. Amendment 8 has to do with prosecution. So law. Prosecution. P-R-O. S-E-C. S-E-C. U-T-I-O-N.
Wait, so how do you spell it again?
I spelled it right.
You need to get it from a neighbor after the first time.
Yeah.
Amendment 9.
Oh, wait, what?
No. Yeah.
Okay. Amendment 8. It's about law and prosecution. Amendment 9 is about our rights. It's about our rights as citizens. Amendment 10. Amendment 10 is about the rights of the states. So, now that you've got your guiding lights on each of these, I'm going to be partnering you up. You're going to be doing a close reading of the Bill of Rights.
What about the tag kids? They don't really know.
Okay. Well, you have partners who should be experts on close reading at this point. So, Zach is an expert at close reading. Zach is an expert at close reading. Your partners will be your virtue here.
I'm an expert at close reading.
So, I'm going to go ahead and give you your partners.
I'm with Penny.
I've already got who's up with who. Hannah and Aspen.
Oh, you're so right.
I'll get with you. Cole and Leah. Sean and Kylie. Charlie and Eli.
Aww.
Mark and Danny. Caitlin and Billy. Destiny and Campbell. Michaela and Zach. Zach and Isaiah. Tyler and Zyvon. Alex and Efren. Megan and Jorge. Alright, get your groups. You may move around the room, but don't be a distraction to yourself or others. Because once we come back together, you'll be all sharing information with each other. Now, feel free to stay in here. So Hannah and Aspen. I would prefer you to stay in the classroom. Don't go out in the hallway. Just take a spot away from other pairs.
Oh my god, that was
Alright. One thing. Ladies and gentlemen, Pride 5. I'll wait until I have everyone's attention. Alright. There are some difficult words within the Bill of Rights. That's why we have dictionaries in the back of the room. So you are more than welcome to use the resources available to you. You're with Peg. And you're going to be close reading. The Bill of Rights starts on page 22. That's where you're going first.
I tripped over a jacket and at the same time a basketball was running by and my hands at the same time that I moved the basketball I went all the way back here.
There should be one dictionary per pair. We don't have enough dictionaries for everyone. So if there's one, if you have one, you don't need two. Okay, Alex, hang on to that because Efren handed off the other one. So yeah, hang on to that. Need it. Be with you in a minute. Once you're with your partners, you should be seated and working together. Close reading.
Close reading.
Amendment 1.
Oh. Not funny. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because they're class. Guys, don't write in these constitutions. These are a class set and they need to be used next year as well. So don't write in them. I hope so.
Were we supposed to rip these?
Charlie, why'd you do that? No, you're just going through the amendments. You're reading close reading those. And you're figuring out what else they actually mean. Yeah, so just you're reading them really closely. There's some difficult times.
Wait, no, not that.
There.
I was gonna say that.
Now, the language in this is a little bit difficult to understand because this was written in the 1700s. So,
Lord! He's trying to talk.
I'll wait for your attention and your respect. Okay, so the language in this is a little bit difficult to understand, but that's why we're doing a close reading on it. So, if there are words you don't understand, it's okay to look those up. It's okay to be confused. It's okay to ask how to say things. But you need to figure out how to interpret that and tell me what it means. Okay? Alright, keep at it. I'll come around. I see it. Can you? Peaceably. What else is included in that? They don't want people thinking bad things about